And welcome to NS Online Education. My name is Naveen Kumar. In this video, we will discuss all about DBT BET examination, like what is this exam for, what is the eligibility criteria for this exam, what is the validity of this score, what are the last year cutoff for this examination, what are the reading source by which you can prepare for this examination, and some other information. So let's start this video. As I mentioned in the last video, that notification for BET examination is out and you can apply till 31st July 2021, and the exam date is 14th August 2021. So please apply before this date, because this is not going to extend, because the exam is going to held next month. Okay, so here is the link for online application. Now, who organized this BET examination? So the responsibility is given to the National Testing Agency of India, and its role is confined to the registration of the candidate for the exam, admitting them to exam, conducting the exam, displaying answer key, inviting challenges, finalizing answer key, and processing the result and handing over the result to Regional Center of Biotechnology, which works under Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. RCB on behalf of DBT is managing DBT supported postgraduate program in biotechnology and allied areas. Allied areas like animal biotechnology, plant biotechnology, computational and bioinformatics. So all these areas, and DBT Junior Research Fellowship program. So the role of NTA is just to conduct the exam, but the final cutoff list and the list of candidates who qualified this examination will be published by Regional Center of Biotechnology. Okay. Now, what is this exam for? I mean, why one should give biotechnology eligibility test? So if you want to do doctoral research in biotechnology and life science or in allied areas, I mean, if you want to do PhD, so if you want some financial assistance during your PhD, so you can give this examination and you will be eligible for DBT Junior Research Fellowship. Under this program, you will get 25,000 rupees per month for 2 years. Okay, for 2 years you are JRF, and after that you will get 28,000 rupees for 3 years. Okay, because after 2 years you will become SRF. Okay, so for JRF, Junior Research Fellowship, that is 25,000, and for SRF, for Senior Research Fellowship, that is 28,000. Okay, so for 5 years you will be paid under this DBT Junior Research Fellowship program. Okay, so that's why you have to give this examination if you want this fellowship assistant during your PhD tenure. Now, this biotechnology eligibility test is national qualifying examination for award of doctoral research fellowship. As I told you, DBT Junior Research Fellowship program. Okay, BET or this exam is conducted once every year. This fellowship are attainable at any recognized university and institution in India. After the examination, 2 categories of merit list shall be prepared. One is category 1, second is category 2. Category 1 candidates are eligible to avail this fellowship that I mentioned over here. Category 2 shall be eligible to be appointed in any DBT sponsored project and enroll for PhD program, but category 2 shall not be entitled candidate for any fellowship from DBT JRF program. So you will not be paid under this fellowship if you are in category 2 list. So I hope it is clear to you. Now, what are the eligibility criteria for biotechnology eligibility test? As it is mentioned over here, you either must have bachelor degree like BTech or BDB. That means you must have a bachelor degree of 4-year program. Okay, not 3-year like BSc. BSc students are not eligible to give this examination. Or you have master degree like MSc, MTech, MBSc, integrated MSc, or MTech in any discipline of biotechnology, life science, or any other allied area of biology, like any area related to biology. Then candidate who have either appeared or is due to appear in the final examination. So this point is important for those students who are currently pursuing these program, okay, of their qualifying degree is eligible to apply for BAT 2021 under result awaited category. So you people can apply. So those candidates who qualified this examination must have a minimum 60% of marks for general EWS and OBC category, or minimum 55% marks for SC/ST or differentially abled candidates. Age limit is up to 28 years for general and EWS category, and age relaxation of 5 years is given to SC/ST and differentially abled and women candidates. So it will be 33 years, and up to 3 years to OBC non-creamy layer candidates. So it will make up to 30 years. Then nationality, obviously this is for Indian citizen. Now here we will discuss some details of examination, like mode of examination. You people know that nowadays every exam is conducted in computer based test mode only. Then medium of examination is English, and the pattern of question paper comprise of multiple choice questions, so you have to select only one option out of 4. And the paper is divided into 2 sections, section A and section B. Section A contain general science, mathematics, chemistry, general aptitude, analytical, quantitative ability, and general biotechnology question. So total of 50 questions are in section A, and you have to attempt all of these questions, and each question is of 3 marks. So total marks of this section is 150. Then section B asks question from a specific area of biotechnology, like animal biotechnology, plant biotechnology, pharmaceutical biotechnology, bioprocess engineering. I will show you the syllabus later. So, and the number of question asked in section B is 150, but you only have to answer 50 question. So you can answer any 50 question of your choice out of this 150 question provided in section B. And each question is for 3 marks. So the total marks of this section will be 150, and the paper is for total 300 marks. And I will show you the cutoff in the next slide, where you will get the idea that how many questions you have to attempt in order to qualify this examination. And there is negative marking also, so you have to be careful while giving this examination. Each incorrect response will deduct 1 marks, okay, and same is for section B as well. Now here you can see the last 5-year cutoff of DBT examination from year 2016 to year 2020, and you can see that the average cutoff from 2016 to 2019 lies in between around 150, or if you take the minimum is 141 to 181. So it lies generally in between this. For EWS category, because it is included in 2019, so only 2-year data is available. Then for OBC, you can see over here, again it is lie in between 110 to 162. And for SC you can see it lies in between 95 to 154. It changes every year, so prediction is very difficult. Sometimes paper is very easy, sometimes paper is very difficult. Like last year, the cutoff is very high because the paper was very easy. You can see the cutoff is very high. But from here you will get an idea of cutoff. And this table is for category 1, and the second table is for category 2. So by using this data, you can plan for a DBT examination, that how much score you have to target in order to qualify your DBT examination. And one more thing that I forgot to mention is the validity of the score, which is 2 years. So after qualifying this examination, you can take admission into PhD program and apply for DBT JRF fellowship within 2 years. Okay. Now by clicking on this link, you will get access to this source, where you will get books and notes which will help you in your preparation for DBT, CSIR, or your GATE examination. One of my friend Ankita from IIT wanted to share the content she used to prepare for CSIR examination. So here I am providing you the link to this source, which will help you in your preparation for CSIR, GATE, or DBT examination. Now here I am providing you few more links, like if you want to visit the main site, if you want to get more information related to eligibility, exam date, fee structure, registration link and syllabus link. Let me show you the syllabus for DBT BET examination. So this is the syllabus for DBT examination. You can see part 1 aptitude and general biotechnology. So general biotechnology syllabus is given, and methods in biotechnology, organization of structure, function of prokaryotic, eukaryotic cells, cellular processes, then recombinant DNA technology. So all this is in section 1, genetic physiology and evolution, genomic and proteomics, IPR and biosafety and bioethics. Then section B, which is specialized branches in biotechnology, it includes agriculture biotechnology. Then second is animal biotechnology, Untech in biotechnology, biochemical engineering, industrial biotechnology. This is the syllabus that we have covered. So you can prepare for this syllabus by watching videos on our channel. Then bioinformatics and computational biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, marine biotechnology, and medical biotechnology. So all of this are the branches that they cover in section B, molecular and human genetics. So you have to prepare for 2-3 subject provided in the section B, like neuroscience. So it is based on your choice, like which subject you have good command. Pharmaceutical biotechnology. So this is the syllabus of DBT examination, and I will also show you our channel. So this is our channel. If you want to learn bioprocess engineering, you can get access to all these videos. And if you want to practice previous year questions of GATE and DBT examination, for that you can join our membership. Here we have provided two options. One is if you want to prepare for engineering mathematics only, and second is if you want to prepare for GATE examination. So in this GATE BT 2022 membership, you will also get bioprocess engineering videos. So this is it. I hope I was able to answer many of your queries. If you have any other query related to this examination, you can ask in the comment section, or you can email me at nsonline.education@gmail.com. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.